Hi, I'm Denise with Just Breathe Yoga. I'm here to take you through a sequence today that's going to help with those that are suffering from low back pain or sciatica issues. So the number one thing that you want to remember as we move through the poses today is to be mindful of your body, to listen to the body. You don't want to feel any type of pain. As we move through the poses, there may be like muscle stretching with a little bit of discomfort, but you don't actually want it to be pain. So if you feel pain, just gently back off and kind of stay there until you can move further into the stretch once you've healed a little bit more. So as we move through the practice today, just keep in mind we want to move with intention, with steadiness, and with ease. So if anything is too difficult or too strenuous or too much or anything like that, feel free just to back off and take whatever position feels best for you. So let's go ahead and we're going to start in a nice comfortable cross-legged position. So if you'd like to kind of work your way down there and bring the hands to the knees, we're going to take just a few deep breaths to kind of start off. Good. Gently close the eyes. Take a few inhales and exhales. As you inhale, lift up through the spine, sitting nice and tall. As you exhale, feel yourself grounding into the hips. Let go of any worries of the past, any anxieties over the future, and just gently allow yourself to come into the present moment, drawing your awareness into the body. Notice the way the muscles feel in the lower back and in the hamstrings. Notice the hips and how they feel. Good. Now we're going to go ahead, gently flicker the eyes open, and we're going to start just kind of moving the spine. So as we inhale, we're going to lift the chest, kind of arcing the back, let the head tilt back just a little. Then as you exhale, we're going to round the back, tucking the chin towards the chest. Inhale, lifting up and back. Exhale, gently rounding. And then slowly moving to the inhale and through the exhale. Good, and then gently come to a nice neutral position. We're going to go ahead and just slowly start to make circles with the wrists. We don't want to go really fast because that doesn't do too much. So again, the whole point is to move with steadiness and ease. So make as if you're drawing circles with the wrists and make them the largest circles that you can draw. Really feeling all the wrists. You'll feel it kind of in the hands and in the forearms, and then gently reverse directions. Slowly taking your circles the opposite way. Remember to sit nice and tall. Good, and then gently bring the hands back down to the knees. Then we're going to go ahead and gently work our way into some spinal twists. So again, if it's too much, just back out and stay here in a nice seated position if you'd like, or only move into it as far as you feel comfortable. So we're going to take the left hand, bring the left hand kind of out to the side, and we'll bring the right hand towards the left knee. As you inhale, sit nice and tall, and as you exhale, gently look over that left shoulder. And we're just going to take a few breaths here. Now as you inhale, you can kind of unwind just a little bit because the lungs inflate and they kind of naturally unwind you. And then as you exhale, that's when you can move a little bit further into the twist. So we want to work with the breath, move with the body. Good, and then slowly work your way back towards the front. Take a nice inhale here, and then as we exhale, we'll draw the right hand behind us. The left hand will come to the right knee. Inhale, sit tall, and as you exhale, look over the right shoulder just a little bit, twisting gently towards the right. Unwinding a little as you inhale. Good, and then gently unwinding back forward on your next inhale. We'll go ahead, bring the hands to the knees, and we'll bring the knees together, gently pressing out the feet in front of us. Good, now if you like, you can kind of point the toes and flex the toes, point and flex. We're going to come into staff pose. Now for some, this may be, it may be hard to sit up straight, so if your flexibility is what's getting in your way, you can do a couple things. So you can bend the knees so that you can sit nice and tall and you're not rounding the back. Or if you have a pillow or a bolster, you can bring that behind you and then just kind of bring yourself up onto the edge of that. And that also will allow you then to gently straighten the legs and come into a nice elongated staff pose, because you want the spine to be nice and tall and long. You don't want the lower spine to be rounded. So we're going to just take a few breaths here. If you'd like, you can keep the hands to the side, or if you want, interlace the fingers. Inhale, reaching up. Then you can let the hands come down to the side as you exhale. Good. Good. Now the next pose that we're going to work on, we'll go ahead and you can either stay on the bolster or you can come all the way down. So we're just going to slowly twist in our staff pose. So we'll gently bring the hands towards the left side, gently twisting towards the left. Let the shoulder blades bring them down away from the ears. Good, and then slowly coming back forward. And as you exhale, gently bringing the hands towards the right side. Good, and then slowly coming back towards the center. We'll go ahead and bring the feet around to either side and slowly work our way up into tabletop, which is where the knees are stacked underneath the hips and the hands are stacked underneath the shoulders. Good. The knees are about hip distance apart as well. So we're going to move through a couple cat-cows here. As we inhale, we're going to lift the head and hips high, dropping the belly low. As you exhale, round the back, tucking the chin and the tailbone towards one another. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, slowly rounding. Again, slow, controlled movements. Don't go too fast between these. Keep moving with your own breath. As you inhale, lift up. And as you exhale, round the back. Inhale up. Exhale, round. Keep going. You want to wake up the spine, moving with your own breathing. Good. Gently come back to a neutral tabletop. And we're going to go ahead and begin on some of our strengthening exercises. So we want to strengthen the lower back. It's very important, and the hips and all the muscles within the hips. And the hamstrings, because if we strengthen the muscles, they will help support the joints and help everything to move with ease. So we're going to take the right foot, inhale, right foot straight back, pressing through the heel, toes pointed down. Take just a few breaths here. Make sure that right hip is in line with the left one. Good, and then slowly bring that right knee back down. Gently switch sides. Inhale, left leg. Straight back, pushing through the heel, toes pointed down towards the ground. Good, and then slowly lower that left knee. I'm going to go back to the right. Inhale, right leg. Good, now you can stay here if you would like and you're ready and you want to take it a step further. Go ahead and gently bring out that left arm, tent the fingers, kind of playing with your balance maybe a little bit here. Engage that core, draw the belly button towards the spine. Good, and then slowly come down. Switching sides, inhale, left leg straight back. If you'd like, you can stay here. If you want to take it a step further, tent the right hand out. Gaze stays down, looking at the mat. Good. Slowly bring that left leg down. Again, last time the right leg. Inhale, right leg straight back, pushing through the heel. You can extend the left hand. Good, and then slowly drawing that right knee back in. Inhale, left leg, straight back. Exhale out the right arm, or you can stay where you were at. Good, gently bringing that leg back in. Now we're going to go ahead and just make circles with the hips. So it's like we're drawing a big circle. Just feeling all the muscles inside of the hips. You may hear little popping noises, that's fine, as long as nothing hurts. Good, and then slowly reverse directions, gently taking your circles the other way. Good, gently meeting back in a neutral tabletop. Then we're going to go ahead and tuck the toes, and on your next inhale, lift the hips high, coming into down dog. Now we want to bring the ears in between the biceps. The gaze will kind of be between the calves or the thighs. The knees don't have to be locked out. Actually, they shouldn't be locked out, and they should always have just a little micro bend in them, if not more of a bend, because we want to point the hips towards the ceiling. So we get a long spine. Good. Now we're going to slowly start to walk out the feet, but again, we're going to move with steadiness and ease. So we're going to gently straighten that right leg, bend that left knee in, and then slowly switch, bending the right knee, straightening out the left leg. And slowly switching, very, very slowly, so that the muscles are moving in a deliberate and intentional way. Good, last one. And gently meeting back into neutral down dog. Good, and then look between the hands and gently bring the knees back down. Untuck the toes, or you can leave them tucked if it feels better. Bring the hips back towards the heels and gently come into child's pose. Take just a few breaths here. You should feel a stretch in the lower spine. Allow it to relax. Good. On your next inhale, we're going to slowly walk the hands up to sitting. Gently come off to either side, and we'll slowly swing the legs around and bring them towards the front. We'll kind of bring the bum so it's towards the middle of the mat here, and that'll kind of give you a good gauge point on where you should be. And then we'll go ahead and straighten out those legs again. Good. Coming into our staff pose once more. Take a nice inhale, lengthening up nice and tall. And as you exhale, feel yourself grounding into the sit bones. Good. Now we're going to go ahead and inhale the left knee up. So we want to make sure that we're sitting nice and tall. I don't want you to bring the left foot in so much so that you start rounding the back. So we want to bring the left foot in as much as possible, but with a nice, straight, tall spine. So first we're just going to take a few breaths here. Good. Now you can either stay here if you'd like to take it a little bit further. We're going to go ahead and gently bring that left hand behind us, tenting the fingers. Right hand stays on the left knee. Take a nice inhale, lengthening up, and then as you exhale, you can gently look over that left shoulder, slowly moving into a gentle twist. Just take a few breaths here. Again, as you inhale, you gently unwind just a little bit, and then as you exhale, you go a little further into the twist. No pain. If you feel any pain, just back off. Go back to the straight forward position. Good. When you're ready, gently come back around. And we'll slowly straighten out that left leg and then gently bring up the right knee. Good. Again, find your nice alignment there with a nice tall spine. Taking just a few breaths here. Good. Now you can either stay here if you'd like. Keep hold of the right knee with the left hand, and we'll bring that right hand behind us. Then we'll take a nice inhale, lengthening up, and as you exhale, gently moving into your twist. Good, and then slowly coming back around. Go ahead and gently straighten out that right leg. Now we're going to move back into a full laying down position. So we'll go ahead and gently tent the fingers, walk them back, gently coming down onto the forearms, and then finally all the way onto our backs. When you're ready, go ahead and tent the knees. Tuck the tailbone just a little bit, and then rest the hands on the belly. Close the eyes and just breathe. As you're breathing, start to intentionally draw your breath into the belly so that as you inhale, the belly rises up. As you exhale, let it gently fall back down towards the spine. Some of you may find this hard because we're used to breathing up into our chests and not through our belly, but just do the best that you can. Good. Now we're going to work on our pelvic tilt. So what that is, it's a very micro movement. You're going to kind of tuck the tailbone in and draw the belly button down towards the spine so that the lower back flattens out. Okay? And this is the pelvic tilt. And then as you exhale, that's when you draw it in. As you inhale, you can slowly release, let the belly rise. As you exhale, draw the belly in, tuck the tailbone, flatten the back. Inhale, gently releasing. Exhale, tucking, engaging the core. Slowly release as you inhale. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone, pull the belly button in. Release. One more time. Good, and then gently relax as you inhale. We'll bring the hands now next to either hip, and we're going to do a couple half bridges. So as we inhale, we're going to tuck the tailbone, this time though lifting the hips up off the ground and slowly bringing the hips as high as they'll go, pressing the palms into the mat, and then slowly lowering down. Again, as you inhale, tuck the tailbone, that's the first thing that goes up. Lift the hips up as high as they'll go, and then slowly come back down. Good. Last one. Inhale, tuck the tailbone, lift the hips up, coming all the way up. And if you'd like, you can go back down, or you can stay here for just an extra breath. Good, and then slowly release back down. All right, now you can bring the hands out to the side a little bit wider, and we're just going to slowly rock the knees from left to right. Feet stay flat on the floor, just gently windshield wipering the knees from side to side. Good, allowing the lower back to kind of release and let go. Good. And then we'll gently come up to a nice neutral position. And we're going to slowly work our way onto our left side. So we'll gently straighten that left leg, bring the left arm up, content the fingers on the right. Good. And now we're going to go ahead and draw the right knee, bring it up as high as we can. You can, if you want to, you can come up onto your elbow if it's more comfortable, or you can lay the head down and just gently lay it on your bicep. Now we're going to bring the right knee up as high as we can, where we feel no pain. And then I want you to think about drawing the right knee into the mat. So pressing the right knee into the mat. And you can probably feel the engagement in the thigh, the hamstring, the glute, and the lower back. So we're just going to take a few breaths here. Good, and then we're going to gently unwind, so we'll slowly straighten that right leg, and we're going to come then completely onto our tummies. Gently working our way up onto our forearms, where the elbow is stacked underneath the shoulder. Good, now we're going to sit nice and tall. Bring the chest nice and tall, arcing the back. As you inhale, lift the head back. As you exhale, you can gently bring the head down. Inhale, lifting the head up. And as you do that, you feel the lower back engaged, kind of rounding the lower back. As you exhale, you can kind of release. Now, if you want to, continue on with that motion, or if you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you can bring the hands so that they're next to the shoulders, and you can either lie them flat, or you can tent the fingers. We don't want to use the hands too much. They're kind of just there for support. You really want to use the lower back. So as we inhale, we're going to lift the shoulders up and then slowly bring the chest back down. Inhale, lifting the chest up. Slowly coming back down. Good. And you're kind of pressing the tops of your feet into the mat when you're doing this. You're engaging the glutes and the lower back to help lift you up as you come up. And you inhale, feel all the muscles in the back being engaged, and then slowly lower down. Good. Last one here. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Exhale, slowly coming down. Good. Now we'll bring the hands in front of us. Gently bring the forehead onto the hands. And we're going to go ahead and work on the lower back a little bit more. So we're going to press the top of the left foot into the mat. I mean, you just scooch forward. If you need to move around a little bit, go ahead. So we're going to go ahead, press the top of the left foot into the mat, and the right foot, we're going to inhale straight up
and then slowly lower down. Inhale, right leg straight up and slowly lower down. Good. One more. Inhale, right leg straight up and slowly come back down. Nice. Now we're going to switch sides. We're going to press the top of the right foot into the mat. Inhale, left leg up and slowly come down. Inhale, left leg up and slowly come down. Inhale up and slowly come down. Very good. Now we'll go ahead and gently work our way onto our right side. Good. So we're going to bring the right arm in front of us, and then we'll go ahead and bring that left knee up. Bring that towards the chest. Again, think about actively pressing the left knee into the mat. You can tent the left fingers. Again, taking just a few breaths here. Good. And then go ahead and gently straighten that left leg, and we're going to work our way all the way back onto our backs. So you may have to scooch a little bit more into the mat there, whatever you need to do. Good. And the knees are tented as we come over onto our backs. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a couple stretches for the hamstrings and the hips. If you have a strap, grab a strap. If you don't, grab a belt or even a towel you can use. So whatever you've got around the house. So we're going to start with the right leg, and we're going to loop the belt or the towel around the ball of the right foot. And we're going to take just a few deep breaths, and we're going to pull the right foot towards the ground. Now, the leg can be straight. If it feels good, it doesn't have to be. It could be bent and you're getting enough of a stretch. You'll feel it in your hamstring where your hamstring just can't go anymore. So we're just going to take a few deep breaths, and with each exhale, you can kind of feel yourself sinking a little bit further into the stretch. Good. Now, if you can either stay here. If you need to get more intense, you can gently walk that left foot out so that it comes in to a nice straight position, and you can get a little deeper. Again, just totally up to you. Good. Then go ahead and we're going to slowly bring that left foot back up if it's straightened out. And then gently bring that right foot down, and we'll switch sides. So left foot goes in, right foot stays tented. And we'll pull that left foot towards us. Taking just a few deep breaths here. Also, if it feels like you've got a kung fu grip on the towel or on the belt or anything, and your fingers are starting to hurt, you can let go of the fingers and just hold the strap or the towel with your thumb and first finger. Hold it between there, and then the rest of the fingers can kind of relax. They basically get a break. So just take a few more breaths here. If you'd like, you can gently start to straighten that right leg out. Good, and then slowly draw that right knee up. Gently start to lower that left leg, and then we can set the strap down to the side for a moment. Now we're going to go ahead, bring the right ankle over the left knee. Let that right knee kind of fall out to the side just a little bit. And then if you need it, go ahead and grab the strap, and we're going to wrap the strap around the back of the hamstring, kind of up towards the knee. And then as you exhale, you're going to kind of pull the left knee towards the chest. Now, if you can reach, you can go ahead and you don't need the strap, and you can interlace the fingers behind the left hamstring and then hug that towards the chest. So it's totally up to you. The toes can be pointed, they could be flexed. Flex is a little bit more intense, pointed is a little bit less. Again, you just have to find what's right for your body and move with that. You should feel a nice stretch deep in the right hip, in the right hamstring, even feel it in the thigh, the lower back. Good, and then go ahead and slowly release, gently unwind, and then we'll slowly bring that left ankle over the right knee, let that left knee come out to the side. And again, either interlace the strap, or if you'd like, as you inhale, interlace the fingers behind the right hamstring and hug that towards the chest as you exhale. Good. Then go ahead and gently unwind, bringing both the feet down. Go ahead and tuck the tailbone if it's not already tucked, and we're going to inhale, bring the knees towards the chest, and hug them in towards the chest. You can stay here if it feels good, or if you'd like, you can gently kind of rock from side to side, whatever feels good on your back. Good. Then we'll go ahead, bring the hands to the knees, kind of let the knees relax a little bit, let the legs relax. And we're going to be using the arms to kind of make this movement relax. Try and relax as much as you can the legs. And we're just going to slowly make circles with the knees. So what this should do is kind of basically gently massage the lower part of the spine, lower part of the back there. So if it hurts, you don't have to do it. Gently come out of it, or you can release the feet down. You can windshield wiper the knees left or right if that feels better for you. Whatever feels good. And then slowly reverse your directions in your circles, so slowly taking it the opposite way. Noticing how that feels. Going in the opposite direction. Good. And then last circle here. Gently coming back to a nice neutral position. The last one I want to show you is where we bring the knees in opposite directions. So we make circles with the knees, but kind of coming out and moving in opposite ways. Again, the hands and the arms should be doing most of the work. Kind of try and relax the legs and just let them move so that the lower spine gets a nice massage. Good. And again, then reverse direction, slowly taking the circles the other way. Notice how this feels different. If it's easier or more difficult. If you're hitting different areas of the low back. Good. And then go ahead and gently bring the feet back down to the mat. We're going to go ahead and come into our final pose, which is Savasana. So we'll go ahead and straighten out the legs. And then something that's great for the lower spine is that pillow. If you've got a pillow, or again, the bolster, bringing that underneath the knees, or rolling up a towel underneath the knees really feels great, because it kind of lets you can tuck the tailbone in, kind of let the feet roll out to either side, and then we'll bring the hands out to the side,
palms facing up, and just take a few breaths here. Allow the body to just relax. Allow the body to sink down into the mat. With each exhale, allow more and more tension to be released from the body. Allow the body to feel supported by the earth. Keep your awareness in your breathing with the inhales and the exhales. And then go ahead and stay here for the next 5 or so minutes, as long as you feel that you need. Allowing all the movement that we just took the body through to integrate into every cell. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.